For the last 2 weeks, I've been giving you guys daily updates on the Trump tariffs. Why? This has been the most important topic in the financial markets, whether it's stocks, crypto, forex, and so on and so forth. But now, I think that is now fading away slowly. Yesterday, Trump made it clear that they are working with China. They are talking behind the scenes, and they want to work out a deal it's more likely to work. So I still stand by my last statement that the worst is behind us. We're now looking at a much more bullish market. Trump also hinted on interest rates. He doesn't like interest rates being so high, so he's pushing the Federal Reserve to lower the rates. And also the federal chairman, the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, his contract expires in 2026. And if he wants to be there, he needs to make Trump happy. So everything kind of is screaming a much more bullish ahead of us. But today, I don't want to talk about tariffs. Today, I want to talk about the most obvious opportunity in the market that nobody wants to acknowledge. And you have to watch this video because this might also mean the end for some of the altcoins that a lot of you guys are holding. So let's talk about it. I'm talking about Ethereum. Ethereum, guys, I don't know if you know this, but Ethereum is due for
Bitcoin and
an
crypto
upgrade
price movement detected.
very soon. This is an article from Coinbase, and they're talking about the Ethereum Pectra upgrade. Can you believe where we are in the market, where Ethereum is about to have an upgrade very soon, and nobody will talk about it? So I will tell you guys when it is happening and what this actually means, because it is the most important upgrade in the blockchain crypto space right now, because Ethereum is the most important chain after Bitcoin. So Ethereum is scheduled for an upgrade and will introduce significant technical improvements to the network. This was supposed to happen in March, but obviously, as Ethereum team always does, it has been delayed. So I will not bore you guys with the entire article of what is going on here, but I'll just tell you some of the things that will be addressed because of this upgrade. Number one is high fees. Ethereum is known for high fees, and transaction throughput is quite lower as compared to other blockchains like Solana, that it has been relying on layer 2s. That will be addressed, that Ethereum could reach mass adoption by having millions of transactions being processed to compete with the likes of Visa and several other traditional Web2 companies or networks. And two, if you notice, whenever you're using the Ethereum network or your MetaMask account on chain, you have to verify transactions a lot to do every simple thing you want to accomplish. Especially if you're using a hardware wallet, you have to confirm on your hardware wallet so many times to sign for things. This is actually a problem because of the Ethereum blockchain and how it's built natively. And that is about to change. Another thing that also this article talks about is the the subscription model. If you run a business like I do and you use crypto as payment, you know how difficult it is to implement subscriptions with crypto. Credit cards are easy. Visa, MasterCard, they're very, very easy to deal with when it comes to subscriptions. That's how the world works. But in crypto, we don't really have a simpler way to do that. On Solana now we do, but on Ethereum, we haven't had that. So this upgrade is going to embrace that and fix that error. And also, it will improve on the Ethereum staking. So if you stake Ethereum like me, you have Ethereum nodes, you need 32 Ethereum minimum to run a node, and you cannot allocate more than 32 Ethereum unless you use other services as Lido, like the liquid staking models. So Ethereum is also going to address that problem. Now, what does this mean, and then when is it happening? Guys, this means that Ethereum has something positive going on. The Ethereum interest has been more institutional at this point, but nothing great technically has been coming out on Ethereum to keep anyone excited about it again. And even a lot of institutions have been thinking that Solana and other blockchains might come in and take Ethereum's place. But with this kind of upgrade, which is a big deal, Ethereum is already holding billions in TVL. It's already worth billions and billions and billions. This is just going to solidify it as the most important blockchain for a reason. Even though things haven't been going on that nicely on Ethereum. This is the Ethereum BTC chart, by the way. Ethereum has only been going down, and it hasn't performed well at all against BTC. And I think that is about to get reversed, and this is the moment where everything changes. Very, very important. And then also, the question is for when this is happening. This is expected to go live on May 7th. So just a couple of weeks from now, we are experiencing or we are expecting an upgrade. And it is a very significant upgrade of the Ethereum network. I think this will get a lot of institutions excited, a lot of retail excited, but it will also bring change to the fundamental market within the Ethereum ecosystem. Let me be clear what I mean by that. A lot of projects, or one of the reasons why Ethereum price hasn't really appreciated has been because of so many layer 2s that launched. These layer 2s have been absorbing liquidity because this is where most transactions on Ethereum are happening, as Ethereum itself is considered slow and expensive. So you have seen Arbitrum, you have seen Layer 0, you have seen so many other side projects, Polygonmatic and all these other second layer chains that came on to eat from Ethereum because of its being slow and other inconveniences that it has. But now that the fundamental layer is being upgraded, I think it might mark the end of some of those projects. I don't know which ones will go first. Who knows? But surely some of the layer 2s will go extinct when this upgrade happens, because people will now prefer to interact and trade directly on the main chain, on the Ethereum main chain, which is exactly what we want. So be careful if you're holding any other tokens within or at least other layer 2 EVMs on Ethereum, because this might mark the end of those projects as Ethereum itself is becoming faster, efficient, and cheaper. I don't know which chains will go first, but I think that is going to happen. So let's talk about the opportunity here. Guys, the Ethereum price against Bitcoin looks like this. The Ethereum price against US dollar looks like this. Gas fee is at all-time low in the last 5 years. I think this is the moment that Ethereum actually blasts off and goes to the moon. And most people will be surprised when it goes to $6,000, $7,000 at some point. But I think this is an incredible opportunity to enter, because this price is very, 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 very uncorrelated with the value of Ethereum. It's completely oversold. And also the sentiment of Ethereum has not been good, which hasn't helped. But I think this is the moment where everything turns around. If you're watching this video right now, you're possibly looking at a golden entry for Ethereum, which will be considered a golden entry a year or two from now. 1,585 for Ethereum. It is extremely ridiculous. Now, what I have done personally, I've bought more Ethereum, but I've also opened a big long position on Ethereum. I want to keep it for as long as possible. I have my stop loss here at 1,381, which was the lowest that it went during the tariff crash. So if you want to do the same, you can open it your own long position. However, this is not financial advice, so you can buy Ethereum, you can buy whatever you want. But this is a golden moment, I think. If you want to long, currently Bybit is giving away $500 free position. If you if you are a new user, you open a new account using my link, and you fund your account with any amount with a minimum of $100, and you open a trade position. If you open a trade position, you will now be able to claim for this $500. So you can use this $500 to open your own $500 position on Ethereum. Free money, take advantage of it. Just make sure you use my link to do it. Just be aware that out of this $500, you're only entitled to the profits. You can take the profits and withdraw them anytime, whenever you want. Right? So link to that should be in the description below, or link in the bio of all my social media accounts. But this, I think, is going to be if you have never longed anything before and enjoyed price appreciation from the bottom to the top over a long period of time, I think this is the glory long that you can enter and wait and sit on it for a long time and actually see your account appreciate and make some really serious profits. Imagine if it goes from 1,584 and you hold onto a long all the way to like 6,000. Imagine how much appreciation that's going to be, even not at a spot position, but what if also you have leverage on it? I think this is the golden easiest opportunity that's obvious and everybody can see it. But obviously, the market is always biased to the point that they're not even talking about this, I think, is a problem. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Subscribe to the channel, follow me, like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow with another update. I just don't want any one of my followers to miss out on the Ethereum opportunity. With an upgrade coming in, I think that is a big deal. Cheers, guys.